Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. We are seeing the story of Sri Ramakrishna when he had visited Vrindavan, how he used to remain in ecstasy all the time. Ecstasy or the Bhava Samadhi is natural and spontaneous for Sri Ramakrishna. Even from the early life, as a boy also we see, we do not have records how many times he might have lost his external consciousness in thought of the divine. But here we see it's of a different type. Vrindavan is a place associated with an avatara, incarnation. When we say incarnation, the same ocean is again and again the formless, nameless, qualityless object again and appearing with form, name and qualities. Nama, Rupa, Guna. Nirguna, Nirakara is taking Saguna, Sakara when we say incarnation. And same reality has gone to the place where he himself was born earlier. It is something like a Jivatman, after getting spiritually awakened, usually remembers one or two his past lives. But when we say Ishvara and Avatara, they have unlimited knowledge, omniscient they are. They know the whole universe, the past, present and future of every jiva and the beyond. He is always one with the beyond, is pervading the universe, and also in every aspect of existence he is there fully present. He knows intimately, pervading it and being it. Not subject-object. It is subject everywhere. Everything is a subject for God. For us, even God is an object. But for God, everything is a subject. He himself is there in various forms. And here, there is a special identity that develops. When Naren had still doubt during the last days of Sri Ramakrishna's life, when Sri Ramakrishna says, "Oh, even now you have doubt," it was just 2 days left for his departure from this world. And Naren, a thought appears in the Naren's mind when he is pressing the feet of the Master. Oh, is it really? So many people are calling him incarnation of God, including his own gurus who came to teach them. And is it real? Why is he suffering like this out of throat pain and throat cancer? Why the body has become so lean and weak? Is he really God? Immediately Sri Ramakrishna says, the one who was born as Rama, one who was born as Krishna is there in this body now. And what a tremendous transformation Naren would have undergone at these words of the Master. It is something rhythm. When God speaks, it is absolute truth, and the hearer, the absolute truth must shine. When Krishna gives Vishwarupa Darshana to Arjuna, he says, look here, look at my vibhutis. I told all the vibhutis to you. Look at my own form now. I will give you Divya Chakshu. Immediately he gets the Vishwarupa Darshana of the Lord. Similarly, when Naren Thakur says to Naren, look here in this body, the one who was born as Rama, one who was born as Krishna is there in this, now as Ramakrishna. Naren must have undergone such a transformation. He must have gone millions and millions of years back. The universes appearing and disappearing. Yuga, yuga, each yuga coming with a new avatara. Yuge, yuge, sambhavami. Again and appearing. He must have seen millions of years. So many avatars coming and going. And here is another avatara here. What a vision he might have had to totally accept him as the ultimate reality. We call it as sovereign authority. When we say sovereign, there is no other thing which is supreme, or none else can claim the supremacy. It is the final authority. It is the ultimate supreme. And that we can see Sri Ramakrishna expressing himself as that ultimate reality. So that when Sri Ramakrishna says, one who was born as Rama and Krishna is here, and finally he says, not according to your Vedanta. It doesn't end with the words, one was born as Rama and one was born as Krishna is here now. It is not according to your Vedanta. According to Vedanta, everybody is an incarnation of God. Here he uses a specific term, I mean it. That means there is an identity in God with respect to each avatara, and it is just like remembering a past life. I was born as Krishna, I was born as Rama. Just like a jiva, after the spiritual awakening, he remembers a few of his past lives, at least one or two. So how it will be? You can imagine, suppose you suddenly remember your past life, where you were, with whom you were, whose son and whose daughter or child you were. All this, if you remember suddenly, what would be your state? Like that, your present identity dissolves. First thing is, who am I? Where from did I come? I see myself transmigrating each life from one body to another body I am entering. So this identity, so God too has that identity. When he goes to Vrindavan, he, as if he recollects his own play, his own, how he moved, how he played. Ganga Mai became very fond of me in Vrindavan. She was an old woman who lived all alone in a hut near Nidhuvan. She was all alone. We saw the solitude is, last class we remember, solitude is absence of the world from within. I may live in physical solitude, but world remains within me. I am not in solitude. I am amidst the people, but world is not there within me. Then I am in solitude. The nirjana and in vijana, he is finding vijana in jana. In a jana samuha, in the amidst people, he is all alone. Nothing. If world is there, whether you are anywhere, today Ramakrishna telling in gospel, today's night gospel, when we were reading in after prayer, night prayer, Thakur says, whether you are in samsara or in as a renunciate, God sees inside. भगवान मौन देखें, संसारी हो गृहस्थ हो, whether you are a householder or a renunciate, wherever you are lying, whether you are in the samsara or in solitude, God will see your inner bhavagrahi janardana. So we see here also, she is all alone because of her, one is status, one is God's arrangement. Another thing we see is the karmic load, the karma takes. When I was coming out for tapas from the mud, one of the senior Swamis who we find intimately one with God, advanced in spiritual life to the extent of being one with God. That Swami came running and told many things, a few things. In that one thing he told was, don't think your jnana is taking you away to tapasic life. Your karma is taking. We are under the karmic load. I am going somewhere, some place I am finding, my karmas are taking. A girl is marrying some boy, her karmas is taking her to, she thinks that that boy is loving me and I will marry him. No, it is karma taking. Nobody can stop the karmic drive. We are all under the nature's plan. Nature is taking care of everyone. Nature is making us move. And here she has been brought there and she is all alone in Nidhuvan. One is because of her spiritual status. Here we find it because of the spiritual status. One is my own decision. One is the divine will. When I take the divine will, it is spiritual drive. When I take my spiritual status, it is nature's drive. And when I take decision myself, it is karmic drive. Karma is driving me. So here we see she is there in Nidhuvan because of her spiritual status. And she is very fond of Sri Ramakrishna. Referring to my spiritual condition and ecstasy, she said, he is very embodiment of Radha. Seeing also. Referring to my spiritual condition and ecstasy. She is witnessing, she is actually witnessing, seeing before her very own eyes Now and then Sri Ramakrishna is entering into ecstatic state and is becoming oblivious of the entire world outside. He is not at all aware who is around, what is happening. He is in some state. So now and then, same condition Radha used to undergo. And the presence of Krishna also would make her enter into trance. Absence of Krishna also used to take her into a trance. She is unaware of the world. Here also we see, like solitude, Krishna is within. The absence of Krishna, whenever we feel outside with me, He is there already pervading me within. When I am able to witness the Lord within me, then He is within everyone. But I cannot leave Him who is within me and come out and go anywhere, because I am captured there. Where the presence of God is there, the bhakta is captured. Radha, embodiment of Radha. She addressed me as Dulali. Dulali is a term used in Hindi to address a bride or a daughter-in-law. When a fond girl or daughter-in-law, a father or a father-in-law or elders, they use this term freely, not restricted meaning. When with her, I used to forget my food and drink. The company of the whole thing, our lifestyle depends, unless we are serious about the goal that we have to reach. If we are not serious if we are serious, the external situations and circumstances doesn't affect us. Just like I am going for exam, the external situations, tomorrow exam, I am indifferent to all external things. When I am serious about my goal, I am indifferent to everything. Otherwise, I used to forget my food and drink. To forget the food and drink, what must be the state? That is, some state where even the necessities of body are not being felt, because my spiritual existence has become more predominant, more dominating than the physical existence. And the joy, the upsurge, the flow, the manifestation within, the projection of the joy within, these small things doesn't draw the attention. It doesn't draw the attention at all. Body doesn't draw. Hunger we don't feel. Even serious, when mind is seriously captured, you will never know. There was one devotee, I told her to do some small spiritual practices, 15 minutes, 20 minutes morning and evening. She was telling, no, I can't do. I either get up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock and then run. The children have to be fed. They have to go to school by 7:30. I will have no time. Night, from morning to all the household works, I have to alone do. I don't get time. Night, after making children and all sleep, I may find a few minutes, but I'll be exhausted and tired that I must go to bed. I told, get up 15 minutes before children get up. Now you are getting at 6 o'clock. Get up at 5:30. She said, no, I can't. And years passed. Each time I would ask, she would say, no, I'm not able to get up. I can't get up. Then I saw her husband had a small accident and he was unconscious in a scooter accident. Head injury was there. And he was not coming back to consciousness. 3 days passed. He was still in there. And she was there in the hospital, sitting outside on a bench. She has not taken food for 3 days. She has not slept for 3 days. We always think, I can't. But when time comes, 3 days, she is not able to get up 5 minutes, 15 minutes before. Instead of getting at 6 o'clock, 5:45 you get up. She says, no, I can't get up. I don't have that habit. Something happens to me. You see, 3 days she has not slept. Can you imagine? With open eyes, she is waiting outside the hospital on a bench. No food, she has not taken food. When she heard that husband has come back to senses, then she took food and slept. We have that capacity. We have within ourselves, but we don't utilize that in our sadhana. And here, Sri Ramakrishna says, he was unaware because of the overwhelming inner joy that springs up, makes us unaware of the external bodily existence. I used to forget my food, drink, my bath, and all thoughts of going home. On some days, Hriday used to bring food from home and feed me. Gangamai also would serve me with food prepared by her own hands. This is another thing. Sri Ramakrishna was unable to eat food prepared by anybody and everybody, especially those who are not pure to the core. If they prepare, even if they bring some sweets from outside, but with the money which they have earned in a wrong way, he was not able to eat. That kind of purity was manifest in his, that it is not compatible. Anything of the worldliness, in any form, in any range of vibration, he was unable to bear. Gangamai. You see, when the sadhaka, in the beginning stages, one need not worry much about the food. Anybody trying to control their food and all that, they are going in the wrong path, because it is not the food doesn't matter in the beginning. As we go deeper and deeper into sadhana, when we start entering into deep meditations, in meditation I am losing the body awareness slowly. I am becoming unaware. That is, I am trying to enter into samadhi sthiti, totally forgetful of the bodily existence. Then I need to control the food. Means I need not control. The food I cannot take. Any defect anywhere I cannot take. Sri Ramakrishna used to tell those who are in the spiritual enlightenment stage or entering into samadhi sthiti, he can take food only from his guru's hand or the mother who has given birth, or he has to cook his own food and eat. So there the problem, there the reality comes. Till then body is eating, spirit is not to be seen at all. When spiritual awareness begins and bodily existence is totally disappearing, then we need to maintain that spiritual type of food. That is just like Atman for the soul, the individual soul. Therefore, Jivatman, what is Atman? Absolute purity. Like that, the food also must be of the same quality as Atman, like Ganga Jal. It must be extremely pure. So Thakur she is feeding, she is cooking with her own hands, food prepared by her own hands. Gangai Mai used to experience, means she would become unaware of the external world, people around and all that. She is not able to be aware of anything, just the thought of God, the presence of God is so intensely felt that the world is forgotten. The Sri Ramakrishna says, the body which is so dear, even that body will be forgotten. She is to experience these trances. We, at least in our lives, we hardly or we do not come across a person entering into even normal condition, entering into samadhi or losing external awareness because of intense thought of God or intense thought of the world at least. A very intensely worldly man has forgotten his body and world because of his attachment to a person or a thing we have not seen, let alone God. It's very extremely difficult. In my life, with all my association with the extremely advanced souls, both in Mutt and Mission and outside, I could see a few people who have entered into trance, who have entered into samadhi sthiti, who have become the witness of dream state also. Such people I have come across. So she is one of the people who used to enter into trance at such times, and many people are there on this earth. At all times there will be people who realize God, who are one with God, but we don't come across. The thing is, God must arrange, or the nature must arrange us to witness that state. At such times, a great crowd would come to see her. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.